Fuck it. 2019. The end. So, it wasn't a great year for the channel, to be honest. I had a conversation about this the other night. Not really a lot of videos were put out in 2019. About 20-something. Like, I want to say 28. Could be wrong. Not a lot of Secret Transformer Show stuff. Nothing, really. And it sucks, because I did have hopes to do some stuff, but other than that, it was, I got promoted at work, and that's kind of the reason I didn't do a whole lot of videos, is because I got to go do things, and if I get the next promotion, which I don't know if I will or not, or if I will, that means a lot less time for videos, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, this ain't about my life. So 2019 didn't do a whole lot in the channel, and it sucks. And it was like, what technically was my 10th year of the channel. Didn't really do anything special, and I really wanted to. You do what you do. However, I will say this was probably one of the best years I ever had of collecting things. I didn't buy 100 figures this year. I got 90. Barely scraped. Well, I mean, technically, I got 92 figures. Anyway, I didn't get a whole lot of figures, but the figures I did get, some of them have been things I really wanted in life, so it's good to get that, at least. Like some big figures, some little figures, just a bunch of figures that like I have admired for at least a year. One of the figures I got this year was pretty high dollar sometimes, but I got it for a good price. So of course we'll do honorable mentions first. I don't want to spend a whole lot of time. I always say that and I end up spending a lot of time. So anyway, we'll start with the big guy, Unicron. I finally got Unicron. This is actually two Unicrons. One from a Goodwill I found, the other from a store I forget that my good pal Shockwave found one for. He found it. So here's that. I really do mean little. This guy is hard to find, and he also doesn't have the orange barrel. I got him for like $8. Perfect deal. I watched Animated this year. I watched all of it. And Sentinel Prime is a dickhead, but the figure's pretty good. I got a good deal on all three of these. It was like 40 bucks. This figure would normally be 60. What a fucking great deal. Notice how I'm doing that? See, each hound surprised me. I guess it's also indicative on the classic sound that both hounds had surprised the shit out of me. I didn't really have any interest in getting this. Wow. The first ever figure from my friend Brian. Cog. More like Cogman. More like Cockman. These figures almost were on the list. They were like the bottom of the list, but they're pretty good. They're really good. I just didn't do it. Are pretty good though. Siege Nightbird, my good pal. TFA 1024 gave me this. I didn't upload a video about it, but yeah, she's pretty cool. Really cool. I might as well just put both of them together. Classic Skywarp, because Skywarp, I love him. And Thrust, who's my favorite Conehead. Got them both for a good deal. Speaking of Seekers, here's Siege Starscream and Thundercracker. I've swapped their heads. I don't know if you can see that. They're really good. They surprised me. I wasn't really going to get this. In fact, this one was supposed to be for Mason Brown. And then he bought one, and so I just kept this one. Then I got Thundercracker. Acid Storm and Nova Storm are in the mail soon, and I don't know if I'll ever get Skywarp. Siege Megatron, with all the repro labels to make a minor Megatron. He's really cool. I really like him in the minor look, at least. Studio Series Thundercracker. I display him with his wings out, because it makes him look different from Nitro Zeus. He's really cool. I also display him with Overboard, Titans Return Overboard's head. As you have seen on my Secret Transformer Show short. I hope you've watched that. So I did try the Bonsai-tron, or the Bludgeon mold, and actually it's pretty cool, but I got Megatron. He was pretty cheap, and his sword's always getting bent, but he's pretty cool. I've had this figure twice now. But Skywarp is always appreciated in my heart. Now I just need to go get Thundercracker. Just complete it. '07 movie and Battle Damaged '09 Studio Series Megatron. They're pretty damn good. This one's probably my more favorite of the two, but this is impressive looking on its own. We have both drop kicks. I was really surprised by this one the most because he looked awful, and I bought him, and he's actually pretty cool. But this one's definitely worth it to me. I got this guy for $10 off Amazon. So. And lastly, Power of the Primes Optimus Primal. The end. I wasn't really gonna get him because I'm not a big Beast Wars person, but he's pretty cool actually. He's actually a lot of fun. Okay, that's the end of the honorable mentions. Let's get on to the actual list. I'm breaking continuity. That beer can earlier was filled with water. Number 19 goes to a figure that I got it recently, and when I got him, I hated it because it was so stupid and fucking complicated. But it looked really cool. But over a week or so now, I've had it. I actually grew an appreciation for it whenever I wasn't pissed off. Because I got it the day I got it, I was not in a good mood. But when I had a better outlook on life, I realized it's still not that great, but it actually is kind of cool looking. NPM Ironhide. I got him for $60 off Amazon. And he's not perfect at all. Anyway, but he does look amazing when you do get him in a right pose. Like, it's actually really cool. It's just got a nice presence. It's just, transforming into a truck is awful. Like, the worst thing I've ever had to deal with. The best part's when you transform him back into robot, is because you get to destroy everything you spent, quite literally, one time 30 minutes trying to figure out. These shoulder things don't work well. They should have done better with this, but I think he's pretty good. Well, at least decent enough. So, there's that. Next up, Blackout. Found him for $30 at a flea market. What a steal. Just fucking beautiful. I love him a lot. He's really good. Okay, so I have to give this to a tie, and not by a 2-way tie or a 3-way tie, a 5-way tie. Oh, shit. Studio Series Constructicons. Scrap Metal, Mixmaster, Rampage, Hightower, and Long Haul. Now, if I had to pick a favorite out of these, it probably would be him, because he's actually more fun than you think he is. And he's very interesting. And this is the guy, this is my first one, and he was the one that told me, go out and buy this. Because Hightower's awesome, and I've always wanted a deluxe class Hightower figure. But he's okay. He's just weird looking. Mixmaster, he's a little too lanky for my opinion. Oh shit, he's too lanky for my opinion. Rampage is too simple, but he looks amazing. And Long Haul, I know it's his point to be chunky, but there's a limit, man. But he's pretty great. I'd have to say probably Rampage and Long Haul are second, in my opinion, but Scrap Metal is a lot of fun, and I think he was a surprise to me. So I'm ready for the last 3/5 of this thing. I'm ready to spend $130 to finish this guy. Another tie. I'm sorry. Sorry, Dad. It's these things. Fuck. Brunt, Zetar, Cog, 6-gun. They're a lot of fun. I bought Cog. I forget who I got first. It was probably Brunt or it was Cog. Either way, I got them on just a whim. Well, Brunt was given to me by Dakota. I don't remember if I did buy this or not. But anyway, got them on a whim. And immediately when I found out you can combine them, I had so much damn fun. So then I went out and got 6-gun. And then Michael had one of these, TFA 1024. I bought him. So now there's a lot of fun. So now I'm waiting to buy Cromar and Aragon or whatever the fuck, Aragorn, so I can have a 6-man combiner of just bits and pieces of things. It'll be really fun. Alright, 15. Impactor. I've always wanted an Impactor figure, but I mean, technically I have one, but it's awful. But I've always wanted one, and Spartan's too much, in my opinion. MMC Spartan. He looks great, but he's a little bit too much for my pockets. So this guy came along, and he's actually a load of fun, and he's actually really cool. I got him repro labeled up. He's got all the stuff. I gave him a Wrecker and an Autobot logo, because, damn it, he's an Autobot to me, not a Decepticon. He's really cool, though. I really do like him. But I've also mixed and matched those Decepticon and Autobot symbols, so I think he looks cool. Number 14 goes to Night Morpher Screecher. Got it for $35 on Big Bad Toy Store. And you know, it's funny, before the beginning of this year, let me tell you, I swore off Big Bad Toy Store and told myself I am never purchasing from them ever again. I will tell the story here in a moment. But I've always had a little mixed, like a history with Big Bad Toy Store and why I didn't like them. First, it's they didn't take PayPal for me. Later on, it's just this and that. And it's always something with Big Bad Toy Store and me. But as of late, me and them don't longer have no conflict. We're best of friends again. We were never friends. Anyway, so found this for $35. I couldn't pass it up because TF Source, I think, either don't have them anymore or they're still the same price. But yeah, this guy's a lot of fun. And he's just so cool looking. And he's just so gosh dang cool. Now I want to go get Skywarp and Thundercracker, which I think are still on sale too for $35. If not, pretty close. And I think I'll eventually get Skywarp and Thundercracker by because I have to. But yeah, no, this thing's pretty cool. It's a wicked, interesting design. 13 goes to a figure I always wanted whenever the movie came out, and they never made it. Oh well, you gotta make another Bumblebee figure, I guess. But Studio Series decided to make it. It is Dark of the Moon, Studio Series, Dark of the Moon, Megatron. And here's what's so cool about this figure. It's not the fact that it's the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Megatron. But honest to God, it feels like what it would feel like if they made this figure in Dark of the Moon. I'm probably a little bit more bulkier, probably some lights and sounds. But this guy honestly feels and transforms like he belongs in the Dark of the Moon line. And I find that really interesting, because I also watched a video on Dark of the Moon Roadbuster, like that one coming out. I saw a review. It scales perfectly with the Wreckers. And this guy is pretty close. Like, this guy honestly feels like he was meant for Dark of the Moon, and they accidentally left the file somewhere, and they never made it. So then they saved it for, oh my god, 8 years. Fuck. That's about to be 9. Jesus. 11. Sorry. So this is that Dark of the Moon leader, Optimus. Felt like it was appropriate since I've just been buying all the figures that said Dark of the Moon on them, except for I didn't buy Crankcase or Crowbar. Might have to go back for that. Anyway, I've been buying all the Dark of the Moon stuff because Dark of the Moon's my favorite of the Transformer movies, up there with Bumblebee movie. But there's not a whole lot of Bumblebee movie toys. But anyway, how to get this? He is way better than the other Voyager that they put out the year prior. That one was ass. This one actually improves quite a lot, and it's actually a bunch of primes put in this thing. There's like Evasion Mode Prime, there's Prime First Edition Prime. There's a lot of good primes in this thing. It's like a culmination of primes. I just said the word prime again. Here's his trailer. It's all that. So yeah. No, I like him a lot, and he's displayed he's displayed like this on my shelf. It brings me back to when I wanted that Buster Optimus Prime. Oh man, we used to call it Buster. That was what it was called. Buster. Who names their Optimus Prime Buster? Oh well. Number 11 goes to a two-way tie. This is the last tie, I swear. It is Planet X, Triton, and Neptune. I forget which one is which. I think this one's Triton. This is Neptune. So Neptune, this is Sludge, and this is Paddles. So this is where I gotta get into the Big Bad Toy Story thing. So Christmas for 2018, my brother pre-ordered me, or bought me this thing. It didn't arrive on Christmas Day, and I was like, okay, that's fine by me. I mean, as long as you pre-ordered it, I'm fine. But then Big Bad Toy Store did a bunch of crazy shit with not his card. He didn't didn't get charged for more than he needed. He didn't get fraudulent, things. It was just that such a bunch of weird shit was going on when he was buying this thing. Like, they said his card was wrong, but whenever you looked on the thing, his card was perfectly fine. It was so fucking weird. And it was at that moment I was like, okay, Big Bad Toy Store is being this weird about shit. I'm never going to shop from them. I did it anyway. And then Sludge. I got Sludge. He's way better than Paddles. Paddles I bought because I've always fucking loved. If you watched TFIA in 2015, I was super excited about this figure coming out. But this one's just better. It's slightly better. It has better articulation, better transformation. There's more stuff to do with them. They're both really good, though. I recommend them greatly. Alright, 10. We're getting down to it. We basically got half the list done. So this figure is impossible to find. Like, you can scour eBay almost every day and you'll rarely ever see this showing up. And if you do, it's at a fucking awful price. I found it at a perfect price. Mech Ideas Gauntlet. Holy shit. This little dude cost me $60. I've seen this thing go for sale for $125 and higher. Just because this company's out of business. And I love him. He's worth the $60 in my opinion. He's really good. He's really articulated. He's really tiny. And he's just really cool. I got some repro labels on him because Black Friday happened and like the repro labels were like $2.50 and it's really not that whole lot of a change. You do get like some cool reflective stickers and such, but I like him a lot and I'm glad to finally have him in my collection. Don't worry, Mason Brown, I will make a video using this guy eventually. So 9 is really the only true masterpiece figure I got this year. I mean, we saw MPM, but this is like the true, pure masterpiece figure I got. And it's Thrust. And this is another thing I bought off Big Bad Toy Store. It was impossible to pass this for $80. Thrust, like I said earlier, is my favorite Conehead. He's got all this cool shit going on with him. He's just got all these cool ass wings. Ramjet is the white one. He's boring. I hate him. Dirge is okay. His wings are a little weird. But this dude, he's just got these turbines, and I love it. I'm here for it. And he was a little weird to transform, because I have this mold. I have the Sunstorm, and it was just so weird to have this thing, and it transformed differently, just slightly. But I really like it a lot, and I really do. So yes, yeah. He's so handsome. Number 8, I got him on clearance, like literally randomly, and I've never seen him ever since. In fact, honestly, I don't even know why it was on clearance. Siege Jetfire. See, he's such a big fucking dude. Like, okay, I've owned the Generations Jetfire for so long, and I love it to death, but, it's not perfect. This guy is so rad. Like, you could change his faction symbol There's like armor. I didn't bring it down here. There's this big fucking gun that becomes two guns. There's like all this other guns on him. He's so humongous. He's like really cool. I'm surprised I rarely saw him. And then the one time I saw him, he was on clearance, and I was like, fucking why not? Bought him for like less than what they were selling leaders for. He's just really cool. And he's just a big boy. I like him a lot. He's very much like, he's so huge. Like leader, like Generations Jetfire. Like I said, he's really cool. But like a lot of figures can tower over him. Ultra Magnus. I don't like the idea that Jetfire is like a little, like the same height as Ultra Magnus. This guy's humongous. He's towers Ultra Magnus. My Ultra Magnus, at least. Chungus. Number 7 is what I would call an improvement of another figure on this list. It is Studio Sears Ironhide. Like, ignore the cops outside. They're just bashing me for meth again. Anyway, like I said earlier, Studio Masterpiece Ironhide, he's alright. He's pretty good. He just sucks. This guy is perfect in about every way. He's like the perfect Ironhide toy. Like, all the articulation isn't awkward. And these things actually look good and work good and transform good. Cannon Force Ironhide, I love it. It's been my baby ever since I got it. It was like one of my first eBay purchases on my own. But it's not perfect. Masterpiece Ironhide, not perfect. The chest. This thing does the chest greatly. The only issue I have with this figure is that this bumper looks the way it does. And there's like a kit you can buy online, but I don't care. I don't have the time or money for that. And that's what's so funny is DNA Design who made both a kit for this figure and that one. Maybe one day I'll buy it, I don't know. But as far as I know, this is great. This guy was rare too for like the longest time. No one could find it for a really decent price. Till one day I just stumbled upon it. All it just didn't have its box. It just had its thing that you could stand the figure on. That's about it. I didn't care. This is all I wanted. He's so cool. Number 6. Shit. Planet X Vulcan. This... Jesus Christ. A perfect Fall of Cybertron Grimlock, if I have to say. Like, I have never hated the Fall of Cybertron Grimlock mold. I mean, it's alright. And that gold one I always have. I love it. But the articulation on this thing is amazing. And the size and everything about it. Even the robot mode, the dinosaur mode is perfect. There's not a weird, awkward gap in it. Unlike the other one, but... God damn. So good. Just so good. Like, I rarely display my figures or their weapons. Like, it's like a waste of space. This guy, I feel like, deserves to keep his weapons on. Plus, I also don't have space for them. They're too huge. They're, like, too big to put in my weapons case. So this guy, he's a big boy. You're going to notice that a lot of my favorite figures this year have been big boys. Not a lot of girls. Number 5, speaking of big Spring. Got this for $50. Later went on sale for $25. I was jealous of everybody who did that, but this thing is amazing. So this is from Open Play. You don't get instructions. That's genius. But he's just so cool. So I like Springer quite a bit. God damn, all that sirens. The Generation Springer is still one of the best toys ever made in this whole decade. One of the finest toys ever made in Transformers. So it was hard to compete because, you know, that one's but the thing about it is that one's an IDW design. There was a Siege Springer, and I forgot to bring him down. He's on the honorable mentions, addendum. But this figure, G1 accurate, and it's masterpiece scale, in my opinion. I think it is. I put it in my masterpiece figures. And this is the first, like, third-party masterpiece figure that I bought that I don't hate, and it's not giving me any trouble. I have had that masterpiece hoist trailbreaker thing. It broke on me. I had bad cube Sentinel Blaze, and I thought it was cheap as shit. This figure is perfect. Like, it feels like a Hasbro masterpiece. Not like a Takara one, a Hasbro one. If that makes any sense. And he's perfect in every way about it. The only thing I have a problem with is that his chest doesn't tab in good. But I really do like it. He is phenomenal. And he's just a beautiful, big... I'm done saying that. What if I told you if number 4 was the last figure that was made by Hasbro and Takara that isn't of the year? Like, just the main line, you can go to Walmart and buy it figure. I mean, technically, I couldn't even find this at Walmart. Bumblebee Movie Studio Series Optimus. This is a perfect Prime design. Ever since I saw him in the movie, he felt cool. Like, this is a movie Optimus. Like, I love the movie Optimus design. It's an unpopular opinion. I enjoy it a lot. It's nostalgic to me. It's what got me into Transformers. But seeing this, and then also being reminded that he's not a homicidal maniac, was just really nice and really cool. And I really love him. He's so darling. He's just really good. And, like, he's a really... I feel nostalgic for this toy, and this is for a movie that just recently came out, and it's a figure that just came out like last year. It's so good. Like, I'm glad that they made this, and now there's like all those third-party ones and those knockoff ones, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm tempted to buy all of them. But if I have to just be left with this, I'm perfectly fine with that. Number 3 is the last third-party toy. Did I do this intentionally, or was this like MMC Colossus? Thunder Clash, IDW Thunder Clash. This is the Koltor toy. It's better than Koltor. I'm doing a project soon with him, hopefully, if I don't fucking burn out on it. And I really needed one. And original Thunder Clashes are awful because they can break and they're not that articulate. And there really wasn't any other Thunder Clash toys. So I had to go with this guy. And I got him for relatively cheap because he didn't have a box. And he is worth every penny I paid for this guy. He is way better than Koltor. Like, I really do mean that. And I like Koltor a lot. He's one of my favorite figures I ever bought from MMC. But this guy does a lot more, and I feel like he's worth money. Koltor is really easy. This guy has some more steps added in there, and there's accessories and shit. I think he's way better, in my opinion. And he's got so much cool shit going on and extra steps. I'm sorry. I really do like Koltor, but this is way better. It's rare that a repaint remold is better than the original. Then again, Skywarp exists. Number 2 goes to the figure that was number 1 for like almost the whole year. Like, since I had it in February. Like, it was number 1 for the longest time. Oh well. Anyway, it is Masterpiece Movie. Bumblebee Movie. Bumblebee. He's just really cool. He has the door wings. That never happened in the movie. But otherwise, I think he's great. He's a little tricky to transform, but he's really damn good. Like, he's surprisingly good. So much metal, so much all this, and he looks so cool. And he's just such a nice display piece to have. Like, right now they're $50 at Ross, by the way. And there's one by me, and I'm very tempted to go buy another one, but not for myself. But otherwise, I think this guy is really good. Like, there was a reason he was number one for the longest time. So what was number one? Let me tell you, it was... So real quick, let me just tell you the dishonorable mentions of this year. What was the worst toy I ever bought this whole year? One of the shittiest fucking toys. There were none. Yeah. I really genuinely liked every toy I got this year. I mean, like, there's a lot more toys than I have in this box to the side of me upstairs. But none of them I disliked at all. Like, all of them, like, had their strengths enough for me to be like, yeah, this is good. Like, for fuck's sakes. I got MPM Ironhide, for God's sakes, and put him on the list. I thought I hated him at first. But all of them have a place in my heart, and I think they're all good. They're really fun. They're really neat. There's not a single one of them I dislike. And I'm being real with you about it. I'm going to be real with you, Chief. Anyway, let's go on to number one. Number one. Optimus Prime is my favorite character, not only in Transformers, but of all time. He genuinely is one of my favorite characters. Just the way that he is so selfless and wishes that all life on the universe has the right to live, no matter what, is very commendable. And he's an alien, and he's never met humans before, and he just wants to fight for their right to live. It's just kind of heartwarming to me. And then meeting Peter Cullen in 2018, really, just seeing the man who voices him and how humbling and nice he is. Optimus Prime, like I said, my favorite character ever. So I bought Titan Guardian Optimus Prime. Fuck it, this is not number one. This guy is MPM Optimus. Now I know what I said earlier. Movie Optimus is a fucking maniac. He's a homicidal maniac. But I don't give a shit. I genuinely have always liked the design of the first movie Optimus Prime. I really did. Like, he looks heroic. And he just looks really cool. Yeah, he fucking is awful. He cuts people's heads off. He gets their faces. He says we'll kill them all. The things that Optimus Prime would never do. I'm not denying that. But this Prime is just really beautiful to look at. So there's a lot of shared elements with like other better, higher powered Optimus Prime toys. There's like a lot of elements from the Revenge of the Fallen Leader toy, which is to this day one of the best Prime toys to ever exist. But I think this guy has a lot more, and just like any pose I've ever put him in feels heroic. And it feels really cool to put this guy next to MPM Bumblebee and Ironhide. I'll put a picture here. And like, it just makes me crave that Jazz, because I really wanted Jazz. And it makes me really wish there was a Ratchet, which I hear reports there's going to be a Ratchet. So I really, really do love this Optimus. He's so majestic, and he has all these great poses. It's just... I got him at such a good deal, too. Like all the problem with this guy had was that the top of the truck is a little scraped, but when it's transformed, you don't see it anywhere. It's so good. I wanted him for a year or two. And I saw him once, and I couldn't get him. And every time I ever saw him after that, he was expensive because he was a Toys R Us exclusive. Toys R Us died. So now we got him. And I finally got him, though. At a good deal. Yeah. This thing is pretty cool, though. I won't lie. He's not MPM Optimus cool. So that's the figures I bought in 2019. This 19 figures of 2019 and honorable mentions. Yeah. So collecting this year was amazing. The channel I wish I could have done a whole lot more with. And yeah. So let me just say it here, and I'll probably make a video before this. I don't know when I'm going to upload this, if this will be the first video of the year. Probably won't be. This 2020 is the 10th anniversary of my channel, and I really want to do my best to make this a great year. That means putting out a lot of videos. I want to bring back Larry, President Larry, because, one of those fun things Americans have to do is coming up. I want to put up some other stuff. I want to put up some new videos. I want to bring back some videos. And yeah, Secret Transformer show, it exists. I have been writing on 2 episodes, and I've just had to take a break for a little minute for the holidays and work and all that such. And don't worry, I'll get right back to it. Hopefully. But otherwise, I really want to make 2020 a good year for the channel. And if that means I have to go sleepless some nights to make you guys feel good, I'll god dang do it. You deserve it for all the support you gave me last year and all the bullshit I put you guys up to. Boy and howdy, did 2019 suck for you guys from me. All you ever saw me was on the podcast. Basically. Yeah. Do I worry about COPA? No, not really. My videos ain't for kids. They're general audience. That don't mean shit. I'll probably get flagged, and if this is the last video you ever see of me, follow me on Twitter. I'm not funny there. Follow me on Instagram. Once again, I'm not funny there. Really, I'm just saying I'm not funny at all, and I'm surprised you guys are still here. Klutz. Anyway, thank you for watching. What's your 19 of the year? Or top 10? I will say this, 2020 will be the last year I do stuff like this, so, this kind of, more than 10. And 2021, I'm just going to go to 10, or 15. I don't know yet. I think it'll be a challenge, because last few years, just keep doing the year thing, have been easier to get a lot of figures in the list. I think when 2021 rolls around and I have to do 10 lists, it'll be interesting. That's if I, still have a channel by 2021. That implies that I'll still make videos. That implies I make videos. That implies anything. Anyway, so thanks for watching, and yeah, have a good one. I need to shit.